stupid is as stupid does? Wow, I never thought I'd be quoting a Forrest Gump line in one of my shows. Co Sports presents on the Daily. Well, welcome back to my channel, VIP. Cole Johnson's on the mic, on the Daily's on tap, presented by Cole Sports. And if you haven't done it already, like this video. I mean, it's so simple, right? Just like it. Comment below because I do want to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe to any and all premieres that emanate from this channel. And if you want this shirt that I'm wearing, the description box below has all the deets. Now, this is Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday. And I came across an article where it was talking about Mark Cuban. Now, I have this, I guess, an up and down type of opinion about Mark Cuban, but in this case, this is a down. And the reason why it's a down is because he made an appearance on a podcast and he talked about Donald Trump. And he surmised that this guy is an idiot. Because of that, he deserves the distinction of tone deaf. And this one was extremely cut and dried. Now, here's the situation. So he made an appearance, and the interview is now out because his appearance happened on the premiere. I think it was the premiere episode of Just Be with Bethany Frankel. And he had pointy things to say. Well, this is Mark Cuban. I mean, he always has pointy things to say. All you have to do is, well, you can't really ask him now. But I was going to say, ask the late David Stern, the late commissioner of the NBA. Stern fined Cuban probably like 4 or 5 times a year because of things that he has said in terms of commentary toward how the game was played. Those comments are fine, but the comments about going square up against President Donald Trump, that no, beyond the pale. So he was on this podcast and he had this to say about Donald Trump, and I guess you could say his intellect. Quote, look, personally, I don't have a problem with the guy. Now, professionally, as the president, I think he's an idiot. You know, I never thought he was smart in talking to him. Close quote. Why are you talking about this guy? Well, does Donald Trump play? Does he own a team? Is he a referee? Is he an executive in any sports league whatsoever? The answers to all those questions is no, he's not. Don't talk about him. It's a waste of your breath, a waste of your energy, and a waste of your time to talk about issues that, quite frankly, you don't really know much about. I'm not saying that you're stupid, sir, but that comment is rather stupid of you. Now, this same guy who Cuban VIP said was an idiot also went on to say this to him as well. Quote, he said to me one time, I don't know if I'm going to win, but you should run for president someday. He actually was the first person to tell me to run for president. Close quote.
Euphoria. Euphoria. Euphoria.
To that, all I gotta say is
You've got to be joking me.
you have no room to even be near the Oval Office unless your Mavericks once again win the NBA championship like they did 9 years ago. Then you can be in the Oval Office, but as a president yourself, no. President of your companies, sure. President of your team, definitely. President of the country, no. So the guy that you call an idiot says something along the lines of you should run for president. So you insult a guy who is complimentary toward you. If that isn't being an idiot, I don't know what is. Look, this is in my long suffering campaign to not have politics in sports because it has no place, no bearing, no room for it. I don't care if it's addressed toward a liberal or a conservative. I don't care if it's a Democrat or a Republican. There is no place, no room whatsoever for politics to be in the mouths of a sports figure. And I'm sorry, Mr. Cuban, I know you're an owner and all, but you, sir, are a sports figure. You own a sports team, you own a franchise. What you think beyond sports is your business, not mine, not anybody else's, not a journalist, not any of your players, not any of the fans who support you. Yours. I just don't get the fact that you don't want to only deal with sports being a sports figure. It makes it easy. You don't poison the well in having this entity interfere, and I do mean the word interfere with the sanctity of sports. There isn't anybody in the room, in the sphere, who could break it down like I guess you could say a political analyst can. I'm not saying that people don't have the breadth to understand it. I'm not even saying that people shouldn't even participate in it. Yeah, definitely do so. Definitely do your homework and study. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that don't bring that into sports because there's no room to exist in sports. Just like this take has no room to exist in sports. Why bring up the president's name when you have issues of your own? Look, we all may have our preconceived notions with Washington. We may have our preconceived notions of, well, hey, if that guy can run the Oval Office, I most certainly can. I get the feeling, Mr. Cuban, that's what you think, right? You know, you have this understanding of this is how it's supposed to be run. Mr. Cuban, you don't know. You don't know how it is to be in the Oval Office. I don't either. Only 44 other men know what the president, current one, does, which is that's not a job that any of them would truly sign up for if they volunteered to do it. I mean, if you want to really look at it, just think of how all the presidents look after they leave office as just opposed to when they got there. I mean, the last president looks like he's 20 years older and he only spent 8 years in office. The toll it takes does not mean that you have the ability to run it yourself. You don't. Otherwise, you would have been a politician instead of an owner. Gunner. One of these days, I'm going to talk about how ridiculous it is to refer to an NBA owner as a governor. I digress. Look, there may be points that you have that I agree with, Cuban. I won't deny you that. There may be points about this that I may agree with you, but this is not the arena to address it. No, you're a sports figure. That's all out of bounds, man. And as far as you calling people idiotic or stupid, I have a comment or two that I think I can pull up from your past, which would put your intelligence into question. Quote, I mean, we're all prejudiced in one way or another. If I see a black kid in a hoodie and it's late at night, I'm walking to the other side of the street. And if on that side of the street there's a guy that has tattoos all over his face, white guy, bald head, tattoos everywhere, I'm walking back to the other side of the street. And the list goes on of the stereotypes we live up to and prepare for and fearful of. Close quote.
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
And you're qualified to call somebody an idiot.
You for real?
Let me bottom line this, Cuban. As a sports fan, I don't know what you think politically. I really don't care what you think politically or how you do. I have an idea, but as a sports fan, I could care less. I don't even care about your Shark Tank interests. Now, in an other avenue, I would, but in the sports avenue, I don't. And I most assuredly don't want to know what you think about the president, current one. I just want to know how you're going to make plans on how to get the Mavericks from the first round exit that you had this year in this year's playoffs and improve upon what you have done thus far to get to this point, because the Mavericks were a laughingstock until this year. And finally people have to take your team seriously. Finally, focus on how you're going to make your team better. Not on how you think some head of state is an idiot. When unfortunately, sir, you keep proving time and again why you, Mr. Cuban, are the one who is in fact an idiot.
Tone deaf.
Now, VIP, if you think I'm a little harsh on Mr. Cuban, if you say, well, wait a minute, whoa, back up, Cole. I mean, he has some points. Or if you agree with me that sports doesn't need to have this junk and gunk poison the well, that the purity and sanctity of sports needs to be preserved at all costs, no matter what it is, then like this video, because I want to hear what you have to say too. Comment below. Please comment below, because I want to hear what you have to say, VIP. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for any and all premiere videos that come from my channel. I'm thankful that you have come to the right place for sports on another level. I'm Cole Johnson, and this has been yet another installment of Cole Sports on the visual and on the daily.